Simple and plain. To be the best, you have to win. That's why I play the game.
So when we think of the greatest NBA players of all time, we think of players like LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just to name a few. And the reason why they're so great is because they have this God-given ability to make everyone around them so much better just with their pure talent. But when we think of the most dominant players in NBA history, we think of guys like Wilt Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, and in recent times, Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I really hope I said that last name right. And the reason these players are so dominant is because when they walk out on the floor, they're the most physical, most strong, most fearsome players on the court. And on any given night, they can win you a game just based on how unstoppable they can be. And some nights, all the opposition can do is either foul the player or get dunked on or pushed around. But there's also another dominant player that I can think of who's currently in this league and who's on the Lakers roster right now, and that's Anthony Davis. A player who I believe can actually go down in NBA history as one of the most dominant players ever if he can really put his mind to it. So in this video I'm going to talk about how I think Anthony Davis can take that next step this season and ultimately become league MVP. But before I do that, I want you guys to comment down below who you think is the most dominant player in NBA history. Who do you think is the most unstoppable player ever? Comment down below right now. So why do I think Anthony Davis can win MVP this season? Well, first of all, let's take a look at how the NBA decides who wins the MVP. Well, under the newly revised rules, 100 independent media members who are not affiliated with any teams decide and vote for the league MVP. Now, as you can see from this example from the 2019-2020 season where Giannis ultimately won the MVP, these are the tallied votes or the tallied poll from those 100 independent media / broadcast people who voted on the MVP this season. So as you can see, there's a scale from first place to fifth place. So each media member gets 5 votes. They have a first place vote, which is worth 10 points, a second place vote, which is worth 7 points, and so on down to 5th place. So everyone gets 5 votes, and then ultimately all those votes and points are tallied up to decide the league MVP. As you can see, Giannis, who won it, had 85 first place votes, 16 second place votes, so that would equate to a total points of 962 points, whereas LeBron only received 16 first place votes and 84 second place votes. Therefore, his total tally is 753 points, and that's really all it is voting wise. So you can go and check out, past NBA MVP voting polls on NBA.com, and there's some really interesting, insights and some pretty controversial voting that's gone down in NBA history, so go check that out and have some fun with that. But what are these independent media analysts or these media broadcasters looking for when they ultimately decide who they're going to vote in first place for the MVP? Well, first of all, they're looking for a player who's the best player on a winning team, a team that's right up there in the conference standings. And in the Lakers team this season, when you look at the West and ultimately the whole league, I'm thinking that it's between us and Brooklyn for who's got the best roster this season. So the Lakers are going to be right up there in the standings in the West and overall in this league. So that's definitely going to vouch well for Anthony Davis's MVP case. But what else are they looking for? Well, obviously they're looking for someone who's lighting it up on the stat sheet as well. And when you bring in a player like Russell Westbrook and combine him with a guy like LeBron James who, play at this fast pace and really are able to, feed their big man and play make at the highest level, this means that Anthony Davis is going to get more touches and have so much space out on the floor to really go to work. And now when LeBron James leaves the floor, we still have Russell Westbrook, who's an elite playmaker, so Anthony Davis is still going to get the same amount of touches, whereas last season when LeBron James came off, he didn't really have anyone at the point guard position that can really feed him those easy buckets. And with that fast pace that Russell Westbrook's going to bring, this also means that the game's got to be sped up as well, which means ultimately the game's going to have a lot more possessions than it usually does, which means more opportunities for rebounds for Anthony Davis, more opportunities for blocks for Anthony Davis, and more opportunities to score for Anthony Davis. So I just think with the addition of Russell Westbrook and the playmaking of LeBron James that the Lakers already have, I really think that it's going to send Anthony Davis's stats and box score to the moon. But what else are they looking for? Well, they're also looking for a narrative. The NBA loves a good story, loves a good narrative. So what's Anthony Davis's narrative this season? Well, it's quite simply, it's time. It's time for Anthony Davis to take the torch from LeBron James and be the best player on this Lakers team and be the most dominant player in the league, because he has all the capabilities to do so. And LeBron's not getting any younger. Russell Westbrook's not getting any younger. But Anthony Davis is still young, still fresh. And when you compare Anthony Davis to a player like Giannis, who already has these sorts of accolades, who's just won Finals MVP, who's been a 2-time MVP of this league, who's also won Defensive Player of the Year, why hasn't a player like Anthony Davis achieved these sorts of things as well? Because when you really break it down in terms of skill set, Anthony Davis's skill set as a big man is miles above Giannis in my opinion. I mean, we're talking about a guy in a 6'10" frame who has the complete game as a big man, who has the ball handling skills of a point guard, who can knock down that mid-range shot, who can knock down 3-point shots, who can post you up, dunk on your head, spin around dunks, catch lobs from out of nowhere, is unstoppable when he's going to the rim, can really do it all. The only difference is Giannis is the type of player who has that inner fire inside of his belly that's going to go out there from the jump and come at you 100 miles an hour and really let you know that he's a strong presence out there on the floor, and he's going to play every possession like it's the last possession of his life. Whereas a player like Anthony Davis will go out there and sort of pick and choose moments in the game where he wants to be dominant. And that leaves people thinking, you know, how good can Anthony Davis be if he does that the whole game? You know, I don't think we've really seen the ceiling of Anthony Davis's game. I think there's so many untapped features of his game that he can really bring out that he hasn't even shown us yet, and that's how good this kid is. And I think some of that has to do with the multiple injuries Anthony Davis has suffered throughout his career. But I just feel like if there's a year that Anthony Davis can really step up and really show his dominance, it's got to be this year. It's got to be. I mean, the pieces are falling into place. We've got Russell Westbrook coming to town, Carmelo Anthony coming to town, Dwight Howard coming to town. We've got the rivalry with the Nets. We've got the rivalry with the Warriors. So the whole league is going to be watching the Lakers. The spotlight's going to be on the Lakers the whole year, and it's just up to Anthony Davis to take his game to the next level, and I really think he can with the pieces that we've put together on this Lakers team. Because as I said, he has everything that a player needs to win league MVP. He has the team to do it. He has the skill set to do it. He has the narrative to do it. But does he have the mindset to do it? But that's going to do it for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Anthony Davis can take his game to the next level next season and ultimately win MVP? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more Laker videos just like this one. But for now, it's been your boy Jay from Lakers Exclusive. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.